In the bottom left, that was the tip of Tiger Tail just the other day at high tide, but today I'm taking this video at low tide so we can see how much of the berm is left from Tiger Tail to Sand Dollar Island. And you can see the stretch you're looking at now of the beach was entirely washed over just the other day. But as we approach the middle of the screen, you can see the tip of the sand berm, and that's sort of where it starts getting actually washed out. And then look towards the top of the screen, and you'll see the point coming south of the berm, and there should be a complete connection there. And now you can see at the bottom of the screen how much that sand was washed over to the east. And then this cut right here at the bottom of the screen, this is a new cut after Helene. And I'll show you the storm that came through Debbie just about a month or so ago. You see right at the bottom tip of Sand Dollar Island right now on the left, where that water's coming over right there on the very left-hand side, that's where the cut was from Debbie. And then you see all the sand here in the bottom that's sort of filled in that area. In the middle of the screen, you can see there's a creek or a runoff that comes out of the east side, the Hideaway Beach area, and that's that discoloration in the water. I think those are the tannins from the mangroves. And I may not be pronouncing that properly. You can see the jetties on the right-hand side. Those were completely covered over at high tide. And you can just see some sand that's kind of filled back in there. And that sailboat's been there for a while. I'm not sure who's manning that. So if you look in the bottom right, you just saw some dolphins. And when I'm flying, I actually didn't even notice the dolphins, and you can see them right here in the bottom left-hand side of the screen again, and they're kind of popping up in different spots. In this view, going back south again, I'm up at about 300 feet. And the reason I like to stay high is because you'll see the birds down below. And as long as I stay at a higher altitude, the birds don't even know the drone's there. But this gives you a little bit more perspective. I was trying to do a really kind of a top-down shot so that maybe we could see some of the sand that's filled in this area, but the water is still fairly cloudy from everything being churned up from the storm. If you look to the top right, which is now the southern tip of Sand Dollar Island, you'll see a lot of birds coming in and out of there. And that section there in the middle was not there before. That was all dredged out previously. And now we're going to go south, and you'll see the mangroves on the left-hand side. Looks like some sand has been pushed up over there, and the right side where you see the water breaking is part of the washover of where the berm was. And again, this is at absolute low tide. Now, most people that are familiar with tides know that not all low tides are the same and not all high tides are the same, but this is just the low tide on this particular date, which was 28th of September. You'll see there are still people walking and hiking north on the beach from Tiger Tail, so you still got that large stretch there. There is that break in the water, and we're going to see that again from an even higher altitude. And these trees coming up on that berm, that's the tip of Tiger Tail. and you may recognize that from the last video I posted. Okay, so one more shot going north, and this time I'm up at about 400 feet. So just to give more perspective, on the left-hand side is the washover, and you can really see the discoloration of the water from the water's coming out from the mangroves. I'm sure everything's still saturated. And I'm going to go just a little bit further north on this run into the Hideaway Beach area. I made this low tide video based on a lot of requests I received so that people could sort of watch both videos and compare them, high tide versus low tide. And if you have any other suggestions for videos, either on Marco Island or in the area, please leave them in the comment section or go ahead and direct message me. Make sure you watch this video on as big a screen as possible. I know some people have projected it on their large screen TVs and said that you could see the detail much greater. It is in 4K. Hope you found this video interesting and informative, and I'll see you in the next one.